come the Giants. Their first drive of the game coming up. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
First down, they'll run. Can do it on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up second down. Here's a toss headed right. That's no way to treat your reigning conference player of the week as they dump him for a loss. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Try and get this up on the ground. They go to him again, Brock, and they deny him the line again. That's another loss. This one sets up 4th down. Giants and their running back about to get back to work. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. Question who won that exchange, Brock. He hits for 8 on 1st down. Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. From the 39. It's on a quick hitter. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. So a field will catch up. The Giants and this running back headed back out for a new series. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. On that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Back-to-back carries here. Crosses midfield, still going. And he's finally marked down at the 46-yard line. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Back to the well again. The turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's the handoff. And this is looking familiar, partner. He's dropped for a loss again. It's going to be 3rd down.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-line's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over.
Breaks the tackle, still going. Space on the right, he's got room. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants take the lead right away in half number 2.
Right there is why you continue to be a running back. Definitely the most we've seen him do with any touch this game. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Returning their offense and is running back to the field. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Here's a toss running left. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. All right, here we go. 2nd down. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Giants down by only 3. Offense to the line for second down. Toss play, short side. Room for him past the 30. He's all the way forward to the 37-yard line. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. To throw. He'll try and run this. And he's going to get stopped right around the 35-yard line. Gets 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. Plowing up the middle. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Interception. That was a risky throw and a check down of all things. Really went the other way, but only an incompletion on second down. Still with a chance after that INT was dropped. A big third down here. Toss now to the short side. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down. They're set up at the 35 now.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Toss to the right side. And this is going to go as a gain of about 3 before he's met and escorted out. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Hand off to the back. Room to run inside the 20. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down. Give it to him again. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. Giants come away with the win. And it could have gone either way down to the very end, but they were able to come up with a clutch plays to take the victory.
John.
Facility. So out come the Giants. Their first drive of the game coming up. And they'll be led out by this dual-threat quarterback.
And even if he's still pretty early in his career, we know he is perfectly comfortable and settled into this spot as the be-all, end-all for this offense. Every time you take the field as a quarterback, you know you're gaining experience. You get more comfortable in the role. As he goes forward, he tries to learn and take something away from each and every one of these moments.
Running this one left. Looks like they're giving about 2 on the opening play of this drive. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do and support that win. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Another carry for him. That's a lead past the 45. And there before they send him out. Looks like about 6, so we've got 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you would really bring it back to the defense.
And they take him down right along the 30. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Toss to their back. And this give not as fruitful. They're on him quicker this time. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Right up the gut. Defense gets the stop to deny that 1st down. It's still a very good game. Picked up 12, 3rd and short. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. Handoff on 3rd and short. We're not going to get anything out of this call, Brock. He's hauled down, just getting back to that line of scrimmage. It's 4th down coming up. We've finished 1 quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Trying to push this past the marker. Oh, what a stiff ball. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They hand this one off. He's stuck with him, but this one heads the wrong way. He winds up losing yards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling their running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Giants get some late points and the lead. All right, so we're already into the 2nd quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive. Giants and their running back about to get back to work. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
You're going to lie to me, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this, just quiet them. Like turning them against their own team, they were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they start to murmur and you might even hear a few birds.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Out of the gun this time, here's Dart. Short pass brought in. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, we were able to keep him short of the sticks.
He's trying to get away, but unable to do so. They catch him behind the line on 3rd down. Giants back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. We'll get that big old marker and cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. They'll run here on 1st down. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
It is phenomenally tough to block this guy in a passing situation, or equally as tough to block him out there on the edge. He chased that toss down, and I don't envy these guys trying to block that monster today.
The give here on 2nd. They're working a couple yards past the line. 90 Diablo there on the tackle. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Back to the well again. He won't get anything here before he's shoved down. That brings up 4th down. and this running back headed back out for a new series. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. On first down, now run. And they sent him straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Back-to-back carries here. Unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
As a corner in this league, well, you go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. You want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
They'll run it here on 3rd down. All right, so there's the stuff they needed, Brock. Got him behind the line, and their offense should get another chance with the football here. Giants returning their offense and this running back to the field. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. Give now to the running back. That's good yardage with a new set of downs. Get an offensive timeout. That's their first. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Here's a toss headed right. Again, he hits the 2nd level. And he gets out of bounds, gets him the 1st down as well, and moves them into field goal range. The handoff. He still has room inside the 30. They're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here. It's a win for the visiting Giants. In this game, wow, it came down to the final moments where it was their clutch score that proved the difference and set up this victory.
The Giants game is over, but his
coverage of the National Football League brings us to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, with the sound of the big. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They find some open field here. And this will be a Giants first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. Tough spot, looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now they'll run it Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll try to run this one right up the gut. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll stop it after a gain of a couple to the 33.
He hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now a handoff running through the middle. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
To throw down, Dart. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter play. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So now here is Jackson Dart and the Giants. Down 6-0. A minute 52 to play. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. But that's the big one you need. Something to get you away from your own end zone. Now you've got life.
Not only do you have one in open field, but then the lift that your whole team just got.
They'll get it up near midfield to 49 before being taken down. He'll look to throw. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. Then it's have to run extra plays. Hard to move.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And with that last run, he's going to move past the 1,500-yard mark in rushing for the year as he continues his climb up the single-season rushing charts. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
nothing yet. So now, here is Jackson, Dart, and the Giants. Down 6-0, 37 seconds to go. A possible brutal loss to the playoff hopes in the balance, barring a late score. They start with first down. Through up the sideline to the 45. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big first down. They'll stick to the ground. And a very elusive run there. He winds up gaining about 9 yards. Now, second and inches. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They get the home victory here. Drive of the game. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as a quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sense that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable in the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience as a quarterback still.
Stretch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now second and 8 at the 32-yard line. And give him another shot here on the ground. And he's out of bounds, and he'll take this one up to the 35. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now a toss here, short side. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what most games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The Giants going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On third down, they're going to run for it here. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. Fourth down now. Take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Here's a give up the middle. Now he's loose at the 40. Touchdown, Giants! Victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do it.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this. Giants back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. Plowing up the middle. It's in ahead, that's about 5 yards. Brought down by Jerome Bland. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. And he manages to get back to the line, but no further, as we're at the end of 1. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Quick toss headed left. Wow, they're actually going to lose some yardage here as they fail to convert. Now they're facing 4th down. Giants and their running back about to get back to work. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. Looks like they're played safe with a run to the outside. He picks up a nice chunk before the sack is made. 10 seconds to go on that part. They've got whistles. It's a timeout. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Right up the gut. He runs out of bounds at the opposing 45. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. The Giants and this running back headed back out for a new series. Their defense has really kept them in this game. Now it's time for this offense to start putting up some points. Hand off to the back. And they help him out of bounds after a gain of close to 3, so 2nd and 7 coming up. Here's the give. No one around. He's got space. 20, 15. He will take it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Wow, just sensational speed. signature moments and plays that all could have proved the decisive score of the game, but this contest survived all of that and an overtime period, Brock, as we finish in a tie. Giants and their running back about to get back to work. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll run here on first down. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Better, Brock. He's hit it another long. It's 2 in a row. They got third down now coming up. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's Giants football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the fourth. So a really tough spot here. This is third and a country mile. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. Has a man on target to Johnson. He's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. 2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Toss running left. He's dropped a big stop in a big moment there, Brock. He could not afford to lose yards there. The give here on second. He rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York. They're down at 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. To the well again. He's out of bounds just short of the 30. Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Giants will have a first down. It's a toss and right. They're backed up. Not a stop they could afford, Brock. This is what loses yards. They're going to go ahead and call a timeout here with 3 seconds left in the game. All right, here we go. Second down. One final shot here. And the hit separates the football, and that is what ends this game. What a play! So several thousand, 12...
inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
Getting your team into the playoffs, that's step one. But now this quarterback's going to lead them to victory today on the road. Hostile environment. He's got to play mistake-free ball, operate the offense, get in and out of the huddle. And when he has opportunities to make plays downfield, he has to make them.
And he's going to be hit and dropped behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this one. A run now on second down. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. That's Henry Tonto on the tackle. Third and long. He'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to wind up losing yardage here. And that will take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. Here is Jackson, Dart, and the Giants. Down 6-0, 45 seconds to go. Gotta be a touchdown here. That won't be easy on the road in the playoffs. They begin with first down. They'll stick to the ground. Threw up the sideline at the 45. And he is out of bounds 5-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run. And it'll be forced out of bounds and pick up a couple on that one.
Now, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
This crowd urging the defense on. It is 3rd and 8. They'll drop the throw. That one, break it up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work. Just keep those hands up there. Now it's 4th down. Here we go. One final play. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot on the final play. It's a heartbreak. for their next possession. And Greg, week one here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
So we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about him a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question
is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases they go on to really have critical roles down the line as the season unfolds. So I know to a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games don't feel like a whole lot, but to some guys on that sideline,